Russian military cathedral. I wonder if it even has a bishop, because really it's not even supposed to be called a bishop if it, or not even supposed to be called a cathedral unless there is a bishop actually seated there. Okay, I don't know what this is. Here. We'll just look at these pictures. And they said that they supposedly used tank metal from Nazi tanks. Okay. So there you go. There's your modern cathedral. Military cathedral. But I think this is all, you know, with what's going on in time today. Like, they built this cathedral and then now they're trying to start World War III. And like, I don't even want to get into all that bullshit right now, but... Oh no! My stream died. On YouTube. Is this still going on Rockfin though? Am I still streaming on Twitch? Yeah, YouTube, my stream dropped. I wonder why. Let me see. And my stream dropped on Twitch. But then it restarted, I guess. Alright. Dropped on Twitch and then restarted. Sorry. I guess I got forced to shut it down on YouTube. Anyway. Better suck some trash. Alright. Let me see here. Share. Copy. Alright. I guess that's it. Church thinks and teaches that Jesus was born on December 25th, which is a pagan holiday. Yeah. Yeah. So, I don't know why I forget why I started looking at the Russian church. But anyway, you know, but people denying that humans use horses to build and construct things, absolutely wrong. Like, you're just denying reality at this point. And I'm not even gonna try to convince you about reality. Like, if you just want to be that far gone that you're just gonna deny all that, here's a good book for you to read. Horses at Work, Harnessing Power in Industrial America. So this is a book that this woman wrote, talks all about everything that we used horses for. Civil War horses as industrial workers, horse-powered to horseless carriages. But this also talks about horses being used in the building of things. You know, if you just want to ignore that, okay, but I'm just not gonna, I don't want to have those conversations. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and try to convince you that, you know, something in the past happened. How would I ever prove that to you? And why would you even bother looking at history if you're just going to disregard every single piece of evidence that comes across you from history? Like denying that people use horses to build stuff when I can sit here and show you really early photographs of the history of horses and people. Let me close some of these stupid tabs. Okay? I'm kind of over it at this point. Talking about cathedrals. Building cathedral many times. Also, Rune, I think you posted the link to this in the YouTube chat where somebody was telling you that this video is fake. This old-timey video of San Francisco. And it says here in the description that it is not fake, but it is staged. This is actually a staged shoot, so it's not actual traffic from that time. The film records a total of 30 cable cars, 4 horse cars, and 4 streetcars. At first, there also appeared to be many automobiles. However, careful tracking shows that almost all the autos circle the camera many times, one of them 10 times. This traffic was apparently staged by the producer to give Market Street the appearance of prosperous modern boulevard with many automobiles. So this shot is staged. So that's why they're saying it's fake. It's not fake, it's just a staged shot to make it look more busy than it actually was. Scroll down so you can see what? Oh, the video? Or what I was saying? I'm sorry. People have been so dumbed down by the schools, they've lost the ability to make things. Yeah, I know. Nobody has any appreciation for craftsmanship. I feel like, oh, okay. Yeah, people don't have any appreciation for craftsmanship or for, like, the ability of people to make things or create things or design things. It's like, well, how come, nobody asks how these other buildings got built if you're going to ask how the cathedrals got built? I mean, is every building that we have from before 1900 built by somebody more advanced than humans? I mean, what? I feel like, you know, people are really quick to write that stuff off, and you gotta give us some credit, man. Give us some credit. We're smart. We know how to do stuff. We have abilities. This is the one that ended where they added the 1,000 years to the carving on the building at the end. I don't know. This is just a stage shot, like, old school video of San Francisco. And then they, like, fixed it up, and this guy, I guess he fixed it up and colored it because originally it looks like this. And this guy, I guess, did a bunch of work to fix it up. See? So he restarted, he just remastered the video. What do you mean? I haven't gone all the way to the end. So the 1,000... What? Ends at the port. Yeah. Yes, that's the port. At the very end, it'll show the date on the side of the building. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Erected 1896 AD. Oh, you're saying that that's added? That one is added? It's kind of fuzzy, blurry. Four days later. So this would be after the earthquake, supposedly. Let's see. Oof. That's crazy. What are the chances that they would take a staged shot like that and then 4 days later San Francisco would be destroyed in a fire and a great earthquake? That's quite a coincidence. I didn't realize that that video was supposed to be taken so close to the time that there was the earthquake and the fire that supposedly destroyed San Francisco. That's kind of crazy. What do you think about that? Oh, go back big. Ugh. There we go. That's really interesting, Alex. Don't you think? Constructing a, yeah, see, Carl's talking about how they're constructing a big cathedral in New Zealand. So, anyway, yeah. All right. Well, I don't know. The end of it is I wonder if I can find pictures of that building. Let's see. So here's that building. So this is it. Ferry building. So this is the end of it, right? So ferry building. Let's see. Although I guess this wouldn't really be proof because of course they could just change the plaque that's on the front of the building. Although this to me doesn't look as old as the other buildings. Like if it was supposedly built 1,000 years, if they're added 1,000 years to it, or they add, so then you're saying instead of being built in 1896 or dedicated in 1896, it will have been dedicated in 896, which is adding 1,000 years to the age of the building. But you know what? To be honest with you, dude, I don't feel like this building looks that old. What do you guys think? I don't think it looks that old. Here's a close. I don't even see that plaque there in the same spot. I don't know, that just doesn't look that old to me. I feel like this building looks time appropriate. It looks time frame appropriate to me. Sue says, I was there yesterday. A small bull pushes over trees because they're bored. Which still isn't oxen power. Yeah, okay, so ferry building. Let me see. Here's another old, here's a building, there's a picture from the 20s. So here's the ferry building, and then there's the docks out behind it. And the cars come down here, the trail cars come down here and circle around to stop at the ferry building. I don't know, I don't feel like this is, I don't feel like it's 1,000 years older than they're saying it is. That just doesn't look that old to me. And here's the other thing that I wanted to bring up as far as this stuff goes. The age of these buildings. Because check it out. Have you guys heard about the Biltmore House? The Biltmore House? Let me tell you guys about the Biltmore House. This house here is in Asheville, North Carolina. It was built by the Vanderbilts. It was built around the same time that that ferry building was built in San Francisco, right? Because they were built it in the late 1800s. Now, I've been to this house numerous times. I took some of the behind the scenes tours. Like they take you on, they have different tours. Like they have an architectural tour where they take you up on the roof. I have not done that one yet. They have another tour where it's like the housekeeping tour where you go back in the into the back stairways and like the laundry room and like basically all the inner workings of the house. They show you the big boilers that are beneath the house, these two big massive boilers like that they have down there to heat the house, because it did have its own heating system. It had its electrical room. It had like this big like old school looking like electrical I don't even know what you would call it, but it looks like those old school things where they have the big fork handles where you lift them up and you turn them up and down. Like it was like a old school like big electrical system. Because this house here, they call it the Biltmore House, but it's like a freaking mansion. It's like basically like a castle, like a modern castle that they built in the late 1800s, and it's all stone, and it has these crazy arches in there. It's got this grand dining room, which is like, I think one of these buildings over here, where the dining room is 7 stories tall. Anyway, this is built in modern times. But this is similar to, but this, I would say this is probably the last structure like this that was built here in this country to this scale with this type of, you know, stone masonry and stuff involved in it. It even has this grand staircase in there. But I know people like to call this a mud flood house or call it Tartaria or whatever, but I don't really like generalizing stuff like that. Anyway, the Biltmore house. So you walk inside, and it has this really beautiful woodwork and this terrarium inside. Like, I've been inside there at this terrarium. It's really amazing. You know, very ornate, super expensive, and it's built by the Vanderbilts. You know? So this, I don't know how much it cost to build this thing, but I know that they did build it, and it was people that built it, regular people, and they used horses. And how do I know this? Because I used to have season passes to go to the Biltmore house, like family season passes, because when my children were smaller, we would go there a lot, because they have these big, beautiful gardens there. They have a biggest, most beautiful, ornate greenhouse. I actually like going in the greenhouse and the gardens more than going inside of the house, because it is so beautiful. But they have these, but they, where was I going with that? I lost my train of thought. So we go there, we go to the garden. We used to have season passes, and we went there all the time. Oh, and one of the times that we went, they'll have like different exhibits featured at the Biltmore house, right? Different exhibits about different time period pieces. Well, one year they had a whole exhibit about how the house was built, and they had a whole thing set up with all these photographs and like a whole timeline where you walk through the room and you go through the whole timeline and you look at all of their construction photos, how they did it, blah, blah, blah. It talked about, you know, how long it took, how difficult it was. And then once it was finished, how they had all the lords and ladies shipped over from Europe, and they all came, and, you know, they would stayed for weeks at the Biltmore house, and they had big elaborate parties there. I mean, this is just the elite, well-to-do, you know, being gluttonous and building ridiculous things. So this is that dining room that they have that's really huge. Now they do, in this room, you can see back there, they have that organ. They have an organ here. So I haven't gone back to this Biltmore house, you know, ever since, thinking about it from like an alternative historical point of view. But I think it would be really cool to go here and check it out now. It is kind of creepy. They do have that pool, that empty pool that does look like the pool in that weird, creepy painting of the children, like being bound and like in an empty pool. It does look like the pool from the Biltmore house, I'm not gonna lie. And they probably, you know, it's not to say that, you know, horrible things, you know, who knows? But it's definitely interesting. But the whole point, anyway, is that structures like this are not, it's not beyond the realm of possibility. It just takes a lot of resources and a lot of time. And it's dangerous. So, okay. So look here. They even have some of the pictures online. So here you can see these are the walls that, this is looking from the house. This is when you're looking out from the house, out towards, this is when you get to the house. You have to go down these crazy elaborate steps. And then when you're at these steps and you look this way, you're looking at the house, at Biltmore House. So here, they've got their elaborate, you can see they've got their elaborate pulley system set up here for materials. Look, here's a train car. Huh. I wonder if they had to actually make a railway just to bring and materials to the house. Because remember, these are like uber rich people building this structure, okay? Like ridiculously rich. So here's another construction. Actually, I don't think this is the house. This looks like the other building right next to it. Because right next to the house, there's another huge building that it's like where they ran their dairy farm from. They ran their businesses from because they had a huge dairy operation. Yeah, see, so here's a picture of the whole grounds, and you can see this other big house here on the side, this big thing on the side, and this is where they had business operations, I believe. So when you guys say that, you know, we didn't build this stuff, what are we discounting these photographs then? I mean, I know photographs can be altered. Like I agree, photographs are not proof of anything. But are we disregarding this as fake? I mean, you literally just have to disregard this stuff if you don't want to believe that people are capable of building structures like this. You know, I mean, obviously they didn't do it all the time because it's expensive and impractical and ridiculous. Here we go. So, off to this side, they have these gardens. See these gardens here? And you go out this way off to the left, and that's where this huge, really ornate greenhouse is. Like the biggest greenhouse I think I've ever seen is over there. There's another construction photo. They have all kinds of look, things in there, cranes. I don't know what that is. So I just have to wonder, you know, are you comfortable with writing all that stuff off? I'm way too ornery to call people screaming to kill babies. Right? Oh, I know. It's a freaking nightmare. The police system is called a block and tackle out of them for moving trees. Ben, you don't do that. You have to hire giants. Are you sure you're not hiding giants who move the trees for you? There's a black one. If you say there's a black and white one where the one is missing from the plaque, okay, but that's also a really poor quality video. How do you know it's just because the one is so skinny and small and the light was hitting it right that it just didn't show up very well in the film? You gotta be careful about that stuff. Is the basement swimming pool actually there? Yes, it is. It's creepy. Let me see if I can find it. Pictures of it. Let me see. Yeah, this is it right here. This is exactly what it looks like. You go into it because it was an indoor pool, and when you walk in, you can walk around it, right? It has, but it's empty now, but this is what it looks like. This is exactly what the Biltmore House pool looks like. So when you see these subway tile bricks all down here, yeah, that's what it looks like. So I don't know what to look up to bring up that painting right now to show you side by side. But I don't have it handy, but if you know what that picture looks like, then you can imagine it. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So let's see this. Yeah, this is exactly what it looks like. Oh, this is a good high-res picture. Yeah. So when you first walk into the pool room, this is what you see. You're like standing at a railing and you look down at this empty pool. They also have a bowling alley in there. Um, like they had the Biltmore house was built by the Biltmores so they could invite all their friends, all the lords and ladies. Like if you walk down the hall of the Biltmore house, there's pictures all along the wall of all these drawn pictures of lords and all the lords and ladies that had visited the Biltmore house. You know, that's how they did it back then. They would have their trunks, their travel trunks shipping. Oh God, is my stream dead again? So they have their shipping trunks, and then they go to wherever they're gonna go, and it's like when they went to go visit somewhere, because of how hard traveling was, right? They didn't have planes; they'd take boats or whatever, and then they would take a long boat ride across the ocean, and then they would stay for like weeks and weeks, right? They would just be everybody would have their room that they stayed in, and this place has like over 200 rooms, like 240 something rooms and 40 bathrooms. Like it's ridiculous. So they would just have all these people come stay at the house for weeks and weeks on end, and they would just be partying. Oh, look here. Look, someone, Anderson Cooper's Satanic Slaughterhouse. Okay, Anderson Cooper, who is a family member of the Vanderbilts. You see what they're doing here with this? I think that was part of the picture, right? This is them putting that in the Biltmore house. Oh my gosh, I hadn't seen anybody actually do that with Photoshop. That's so creepy. Well, what is the, let me go. Does she have the original picture, I wonder? Is this a Q-tard page? I don't want to be, getting sucked into some Q-tard BS. Speaking of Q coming out again now, holy shit balls. The elite never leak any secrets about the world. I don't like mules, they kill dogs. Yeah, mules... I think the general consensus is that mules are assholes. They could have co-opted the rock base and added the steel construction. Any pictures of the half-built rock base of the structure? Well, let's see. I know that when I saw that, that exhibit that they had, it was pretty complete. I mean, they had dozens and dozens of pictures. These are all after the foundation was built. Where's part 1? Is there a part 1? No. Yeah. See part 1 here. Oh, derp. No, they took it down because it just takes me to the main page. So they don't have part 1 up? Biltmore house construction. Here you go, Alex. How about this? This looks like the building. See these stones right here? I can tell by looking at these stones down here that those right here, those are the same stones that are on the wall. See here? Okay, let's open this picture. See these stones down here? The base wall there? That's what these are. Right here. This is them building the foundation there. Is that satisfactory, Alex? Yeah. By the way, did I tell you guys that I added Witsit Gets It to the lineup for Flattoberfest? Witsit is going to be presenting, and him and Kai are also going to be performing some music. So I have to get, after I finish with this, I'm going to get busy making a new promotion, because I had to take Mike Williams off of the list because Mike Williams has a family event that is going to be conflicting with Flattoberfest. So, he won't be able to make it. So I've added Witsit, and also, I'm also probably going to add somebody else soon. Here's another one. Look, these are this is the foundation, the stone wall part. There you go. I think that's what you were asking about. Oh, here, look. Here's a picture of that thing I was telling you about. This is the their electrical system in the Biltmore house. Look at this thing. Look at that. I saw that because it's a down under the house, like in the basement part where they have like the guts, right? The inner workings of the house next to the boiler room. This is their this is like their circuit breaker, right? Like I guess for a mansion or whatever, for a place this big, that's your circuit breaker. Isn't that crazy? Thing's huge too. It's like the whole wall. It's gnarly. Yeah, so that's what the electrical system is that I was telling you about earlier. It's exactly what it is. So there's that, and then I don't know if it has the picture of the big boilers that are underneath. I'm trying to see if I can. I don't know. Oh, here we go. Here's one. Here's the wall, and then they're starting to build the main structure above it. Right here. Right there. So, you know, I don't know. I feel like we need to really, really scrutinize things before we go around saying that people didn't build that, or humans couldn't have built that, or giants built it, or whatever. You know, I just feel like you got to be careful with that stuff. You really got to be careful with that stuff. Because I'm just not ready to discount the ingenuity and the craftsmanship of people to the point where I'm going to say that, you know, you didn't build that. You're going to be like Barack Obama. You didn't build that. We built that. Oh, J Street in Secton. I used to live in downtown Sacramento. Well, 12:24. I guess I can wrap it up. I don't know. Any other questions, comments? It has its own power plant, yeah. Yeah, see. Yeah. Maybe that's not a very exciting. Maybe that makes me boring because I don't, think that there's some fantastical, unknown, mystery, fantasy story that involves mystical, magical giants for some of these things. Like, I definitely think there's some things that are mysterious and we don't know about, like the monolithic stone buildings and stuff. But as far as like building big stone, these type of buildings, castles, cathedrals, these buildings are not created out of one big giant piece of stone. It's a bunch of little stones. So it's completely plausible that they did, brick by brick, stone by stone, bring these materials to these locations and build them slowly over time using, whatever means they had to get those materials there, mostly being horses. I think our ability to learn and think is severely compromised and limited due to the fact that our root education knowledge is based on a collection of lies. I agree. Like, they've been systematically dumbing us down for a long time, and I think that they've dumbed us down to the point where we don't even believe that, people were doing things that they were doing hundreds of years ago. And it isn't because, and it's because we just don't even, is it because we can't even fathom it? Have we become so self-deprecating that we can't imagine that people are capable of doing things like this? I just feel like that's a slippery slope, and we got to be careful to not completely dismiss, things that actually happened, things that, accomplishments of man that actually did happen. There's a reason that we are lied to so much and that they control us. It's because we are really intelligent and we are resourceful and smart and we have ingenuity and we can think and reason, which is why they want, it's such a struggle for them to control us and to use. Is it, The speed they built was amazing. Empire State Building was built in 400 days. Was it? A little over a year. That's crazy. Used to get super spooked in the middle of the night. Hey, you know what though? Old Town Sacramento, downtown Sac has a lot of energy. It's got a lot of derelict energies running around out there, I believe. That's just my opinion. And I see that I'm buffering over here on... Why? Having buffer issues today. Alright, well, I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks you guys for being here. I really appreciate you being with me every Monday at Coffee Talk. Feel free next time to call in and discuss things and ask questions and, that's what we're here to do. We're here to try to figure stuff out. So that's all I'm doing. So anyway, thanks for being here with me. I really appreciate it, and I will see y'all next time. And for those who wish to send me stuff through snail mail, you can use P.O. Box 10, Earl, North Carolina, 28038. Also, links below for donations and merch if you are interested in that. Anything at all is greatly appreciated. I do appreciate the support. Thank you very much. Also, please go to flatearthfestivals.com for all information about Flattoberfest 2021 and other Flat Earth Festival events. You can email me about Flat Earth Festivals at flatearthfestivals@protonmail.com, and for everything else, you can email me at karenbfe@protonmail.com. Thank you for being here.